Thank you. We're so glad you're here. I'm so glad my voice decided to show up tonight, too.
Everything beneath the sun breathes like a harmonium. Pure perfection has begun, shining like a midnight sun. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone. Let me be an instrument, guided by an heaven sent.
I'm so glad my voice
May
decided
these
to show up
grapes
tonight.
of pain ferment, alchemize to love's contentment, ever guided by an heaven sent. Knowing God is grapes of pain ferment, alchemize to love's God. Let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, let me feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me as your grace. God, let me feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me as your grace. God, let me feel you all around. Oh, how you astound. Rolling like a thundercloud, let me live my love out loud, standing for mankind and proud, baptized in a holy shroud. Peace be still and know me now. God is in all I have found, baptized in a holy God. Peace, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, let me feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me as with your grace. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, let me feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me as with your grace. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, let me feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me as with your grace. God, let me feel you all around. Oh, how you astound. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in every. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in every. Everybody get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody you meet, let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody, you be hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Get up on your feet. See the light. Everybody, you be yeah, yeah. As time is unfolding, it has revealed to me life's nothing less than sublime.
Good morning. Welcome to Unity Columbine Spiritual Center. Whenever I say good morning, I feel like the substitute teacher. Good morning, class. Anyway, I'm very grateful you're all here. And we always start with our vision statement where, welcome to Unity Columbine Spiritual Center, where, centered in God, we celebrate a world of harmony, peace, and abundance for all. And we start with our first joy song, so please jump up.
Good morning, friends. Say hello to Lori Jones, all the way from Portland, Oregon. I know you know this one. 2, 3. Woo! I cannot do all the good the world needs, but boy, the world needs all the good I can do. Woo! Here we go. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. Let's sing that again. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I'm gonna sing those same words. Here we go. Woo! And I do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. Let's do that funky part. Here we go. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good I can. Last time, I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do.
I agree. And now we invite our children up. It's our time to honor them, and we definitely want to do all the good that we can for these little newer souls. Jeannie will tell us a little bit about what they're doing today, and then we will bless them out and sing our second joy song.
Okay, if all the kids can come up, I would appreciate it. I think there's a few still out there, but good. Okay, I think we're good for now. There's a few more coming up. Yeah, come on up. So I have some really exciting news to share with our community, our congregation. So I have been talking with Sue about the fact that our youth and family program, hi, sweetheart, you can just come anywhere, is just flourishing. We are just overflowing with wonderful kids and youth and parents, and so excited about that. And I was just expressing that, like a co-director, a little bit of help might be great. And as I'm aging, a little less time, a little more help might be perfect. So the universe did hear our vision and brought us this amazing, beautiful, you can step right over here with me, beautiful, so talented, so gifted. Can you stand right in? Perfect. Person that is coming on board as a co-director, you guys. This is... So I will just let her say a couple things, and then we will say a couple more things. I know. It's so exciting. It's so cool, you guys.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm just so moved. I'm so grateful to be a part of this community and to get to know you all and all of you even more, and to help grow and expand what you've created and everybody here is holding space for. And I could say so much, but just thank you and thank you and thank you. And I can't wait to play with all of you.
And I just want to say we are just so blessed and so grateful to have Annalisa joining our team, and I think she's going to be a great fit with the staff. The staff is all excited. She starts June 1st, so she's got a couple more months still, but we're just so blessed to have her and to have Jeannie and all of you that bring your kids and grandkids here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So thank you.
So on that note, we'll just plug our summer camp. So Annalisa and I, as Sue said, Annalisa will start June 1st. Maybe I might kind of nab her a little bit, but anyways. So on Tuesday, June 17th it's an all-day, one-day summer camp this year because of all the transitions that we're doing. Oh, River turned 2 yesterday, by the way. So anyways, if you haven't signed up your child or grandchildren or whoever, you can do that on our website, at the update. You can let us know on the app. So I think you can bless us up.
Stand if you are able. We'll sing this. I know we've done this before. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. Yeah. Here we go. I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. I am open. I am open. I am open to receive the love in you and me. You are open. You are open. You are open. I know you are open to receive the love in you and me. You are open. You are open. You are open to receive the love in you and me. We are open. We are open. We are open. We are open. We are open to receive the love in you and me. We are open. We are open. We are open. We are open to receive the love in you and me. 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 We are open to the love in you and me.
And what a perfect segue into our time of prayer and meditation that we've just sung ourselves into being open to receive. So we start this with a bit of music, and then our prayer chaplain, Steve Hayes, will lead us in prayer and silent meditation.
circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change and life from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the wind. It is time now. What a time to be alive in this great turning. We shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle around and tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change, life from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the wind. It is time now. What a time to be alive in this great turning. We shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the wind. It is time now. What a time to be alive in this great turning. We shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love.
Let us pray. Now that we have relaxed, now that we have breathed, we bring our attention to our spiritual core. And let us be grateful in this moment for all the demonstrations of Spirit around us that remind us of who we are and what we can be. Thank you, Spirit, in this spring for all the daffodils and all the tulips that remind us that we too can begin anew. We too can grow strong in faith. We too, by reaching toward the light, can flower and blossom in our lives. Thank you, Spirit, in this spring for the ever-increasing light and warmth of the sun. And we accept and affirm, like the light which shines on all things, which shines on all the evil and the good of the world, that we too can shine with unconditional love. And we see and affirm that no matter what is happening in the world, we contribute our unconditional love. Thank you, Spirit, for spring rain, that refreshing rain that also falls on all the evil and good of the world. And we affirm and envision that, like the rain, we can bring unconditional forgiveness to everything that is happening in the world. And by doing that, we bring new life and new energy for this earth. Father, Mother, God, we are grateful for the awareness of both the masculine and the feminine in this world. That balance that brings beauty and harmony and power. That balance that is necessary for all creativity in this world. And we open our minds and our hearts to greater and greater awareness of that balance and ask that we are each contributors to that awareness and to that celebration of the balance of masculine and feminine in this world. Thank you, Spirit, for all the demonstrations of Spirit around us that remind us that we are infinite, we are loved, and we are the hands and feet of Spirit. And now we take this energy, this awareness, and we bless all those who have submitted prayer requests and all those in need in our community, in our world, that they too can remember their power and their creativity and the love and forgiveness. Thank you, Spirit, for blessing all those of need in this world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now let's receive even more from Spirit by resting in the silence, accepting the gift of Spirit. Amen.
Walk your life. Walk it proud. Sing your song. Sing it out. Hear the music deep inside, playing in your soul. Just listen to the melody. It knows the way to go. Cry those tears, pour them out, face the fears, quiet them down. It might not be the way you planned, or what you think looks right. You gotta let your brave and faithful heart, let it take you through the night. Oh, walk your life. Walk it free. Heed the call. Heed the call. Let it be. Let it be. Oh, just let it be. You gotta hear that whisper deep, deep inside, just like a lover's voice. No matter what your life has been, oh, you get to make the choice, to make the choice to walk your life. Yeah. Walk it now. Live your truth. Live your truth. Live it right. Walk your life. Live your life. Love your life. 'Cause it's your life. It's your life. It's our life. Your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful life. So walk it free. Walk it proud, yeah. Walk it free. Yeah, yeah.
That was fantastic. Lori, thank you. What a gift that you brought us this morning. Thank you. And Laura and Stephen and John. Great, 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 great. Walk your life, because that's what we're going to be talking about today. I love that song, what beautiful lyrics, because I'm going to be sharing some stories of women who walked their life, who walked their truth. If you read our update. I'm not seeing too many women with red lips here. A few. If you read our update, we said, if you feel so called, it doesn't have to be women either. We're equal opportunity here. We asked you to wear red lipstick. And if you don't have red lipstick on and you would like some, we have Janelle Taylor. Janelle, are you in here? She was here first. Oh, there she is. She's a Mary Kay consultant, and she donated some red lipstick samples for us. So, yeah, thank you, Janelle. And so as you're leaving, if you want red lipstick, and by the end of this service, I hope you want to wear some red lipstick. Because what it means is that we are standing in our power. Red lipstick goes back thousands of years. The first documented case of women wearing red on their lips goes back to, I think, 3600 BC. It goes back to Cleopatra, who was known for having people crush red rocks for her so she could stain her lips red. It goes back to the 19-teens and the 1920s when women were trying to get the vote, and they wore red lipstick as a sign of that they were empowered. And it goes back to World War II, where it was a sign of resistance and resilience. Hitler hated red lipstick. And so the women in America wore red lipstick. The women in Britain wore red lipstick. And red lipstick was also a way for women to say, I'm still a woman. Even though we're doing men's work, working in factories, wearing coveralls, wearing goggles, but they still could have red lips. And so it's a sign, and it's continued on. There was a case in 2018 in Nicaragua about people wearing red lipstick. Red lipstick means that this is who I am. I'm standing in my truth, and I'm resisting anybody who is trying to define me. I'm going to bring up the slide. I forgot to mention that during World War II, it was a symbol of, it matched the, I don't know what I'm saying. It matched the uniform, the red piping in the uniform. They had colors designed just for that. And then they were calling them different names, the lipstick manufacturers. Anyway, I wanted to go back to that because it's important that even the military was saying, women, wear your red lipstick. Wear your red lipstick. Resist any force that is trying to tell you who you are. Walk your life. I love that. Walk your life. So if you want to wear some red lipstick and you don't have any, see Janelle on the way out. They're right on the table, samples. This is also March 25th, in 2 days, is the Feast of the Annunciation. And so if you grew up Catholic like I did, you know all the feast days. And the Feast of the Annunciation is when the angel, in the Gospel according to Luke, it says the angel Gabriel appeared to Mary, the mother of Jesus, and said, you are going to have a baby, and you shall call him Jesus. And she's like, how's that going to happen? I haven't been with a man. And he says, the Lord, whatever. You know the story. But, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you believe in that story literally, because in Unity, we look at it metaphysically. And Mary represents the divine feminine in every one of us, regardless of your gender. We all have a divine feminine in us, and that divine feminine, that purity, is that part of us that says yes, that is receptive, that takes in the guidance and says, yes, I'll do that. And do you think she probably had some scrutiny and people pointing fingers at her, and she said yes anyway? And we all have guidance all the time. We just don't always tune into it or align with it or want to hear it. Or maybe we hear it and we say, I'm not doing that. But we all are guided all the time. And we all have the ability to choose, as our power of will, to say, yes, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And Mary did that. And we can do that too. It goes many years back, the saying yes to the guidance. 3 weeks ago, we had just gotten to Hawaii the day before on a Saturday, and we were there on March 2nd, Sunday. And I was asked to speak at the CSL Kauai, which is a Center for Spiritual Living. It's a Science of Mind church, and it's kind of like Mile High. If you know, Mile High is the same denomination. It's part of the New Thought movement. It's very similar to Unity. And whenever Kevin and I are on the island of Kauai, we go to this church, this center. We just love it. We love the ministers. It's a husband-wife team, Rita and Patrick Farron, and they're so much fun. And so they knew we were coming, and they asked if I would speak with them, share the platform with them, not do the whole thing myself. And so I said yes. And it was fun. But they gave me a topic that they called Evolution Revolution. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Evolution Revolution, what is that? So I had to sit with that a little bit. On the way to Hawaii on the plane, I'm working on this Evolution Revolution. Well, evolution, of course, is our soul's evolution, that all of us have the opportunity to say yes to growing in spiritual awareness. We have this, we're always invited in. We don't always do it. But evolution, that our own evolution is so important to our soul's growth. It's so important. And if enough of us are willing to wake up and grow up and remember who we are, that we could have a revolution here. That a revolution means change. And we can have our society, our planet be more loving, more kind, more compassionate. How we show up matters. And so an revolution to me is having a group of us, enough of us to make this change. And it was such a fun Sunday getting to share this message and how the three of us all just kind of really resonated with each other. It was really beautiful. But it ties into unity principles too, because that part of you, that part that wants to live live freer, a fuller life, a greater expression of who you came to be, living into your potential is within each one of us, and that's our spiritual essence. And that's unity's second principle. That we have this within us, is always longing to come forth and be more of who we are. We get a choice of whether we're going to do that or not. And then how do we do it? We have to take action. We have to take steps, and they could be baby steps. It doesn't matter, as long as we move in the direction of this vision, and we talk about this in Prosperity Plus all the time, into this vision of who we want to be. How do we want to show up? Can we have an evolution revolution? I think we could have one here. Can we take it out into the world? That's a challenge. The world doesn't recognize that so much. But we can wear our red lipstick, and we can do this. To do it together, there's a quote by Mother Teresa. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. We can create ripples. And I want to share with you some stories of some women in our history during Women's History Month that created ripples, that made a difference, that said yes, that opened doors, that had other women follow in their footsteps. They're amazing, inspirational women. And there's so many of them. But Women's History Month has been around since 1987. And it's an opportunity to celebrate and honor these women that have opened doors for the rest of us. We still have ways to go. We're not there yet. But we've come a long way since 1987, really since the last 100 years. We've come a long way. And one of the women that I want to talk about is named as Gertrude Ederle. Does anyone know who that is? She So I watched a movie on the plane called Young Woman in the Sea. And you can see it on Disney Plus if you have Disney Plus, but it was on the plane, and it's a true story of a woman named Gertrude Ederle. Trudy, she went by, and she's the first woman that swam across the English Channel. It was a fantastic movie. This young woman in 1926 swam across the English Channel. Now, when she was a young girl, she had the measles, and the measles were a death sentence then. The doctor came down the stairs and said she'll be gone by the morning. But she didn't. She walked down the stairs herself. And as she looked outside the window and realized she was going to live, and her family realized she was going to live, and her parents were immigrants from Germany. Her father was a butcher, and her mother was a homemaker, and she saw all this, out the window, saw all this smoke. There was a ship in the harbor that was on fire. And her mom told her that there were a lot of people that died on that ship. And she said they were mostly women. And Trudy's like, well, why women? Why did women die and not the men? She said, well, the men jumped out, but the women didn't know how to swim, and they were afraid to jump out. And so Trudy's mom decided, against her husband's proclamation that this is not going to happen, that her daughters were going to learn how to swim. She had 2 daughters and a son. They were going to learn how to swim. And so she taught them how to swim, and they swam in the Jersey Shore, and there was a contest, I think, that if you swam around the pier, you get a free hot dog. And so Trudy and her sister wanted the free hot dog, and so they'd swim around the pier. And anyway, Trudy and her sister ended up on a swim team. It was unheard of then. There were no women competing in swimming. But they kept pushing. This coach kept pushing, and Trudy kept swimming. And she was starting to break records and breaking the boys' records and just an incredible swimmer that then they wanted her to be in the Olympics. Somebody came to her and asked if she would be in the Olympics. Well, so she went to, I can't remember, somewhere in Europe, and they were on a ship, and there was the deck for training, and the coach was a man who didn't believe in women in sports. And so he didn't let the girls train, just the men, just the boys. So Trudy and the girls didn't do so well in the Olympics. I think Trudy did get a bronze medal for one of her events. But she came back to all the cheers for the boys' team and not the girls' team. So she was watching a movie at the theater and saw this advertisement for this second man who had swam across the English Channel. And she decided she wanted to do that. She had this desire in her that longed to do that. And so she started training, and it's an incredible story. I was crying and I was cheering for her, and just an incredible story how she got a sponsor and how he made her swim across, I don't know, Jersey somewhere, from New York to Jersey, and you had to do it in 3 hours, and she beat the record and got there and got the sponsorship. And then she went to France to swim across the English Channel. She didn't make it the first time, about to give up. Everybody was against this. Her father was against it. A lot of people were against it. But the second time, she had that drive in her. She had that determination. She was not going to give up. And she did it. There's a picture of Trudy. 1926. And when she came home, there was the biggest parade and number of people ever to this day for an athlete celebrating her success. It's an incredible story. She opened doors for women athletes. She opened doors for women swimming. She opened doors for women, period, to do what they're called to do, to walk their life, to open the doors. Then I watched another movie on the plane called Lee. And maybe some of you have seen it. I think it's on Prime Video. But it's a true story about a woman named Lee Miller, who had a kind of rough upbringing. She was raped when she was 7. Her father used her as a nude model for his photography when she was a child. She almost got hit by a car, but was saved by the man who ran Vogue magazine, and he ended up hiring her to be a fashion model. And so she was a fashion model for a little time, but her desire was to be behind the camera, not in front of it. And so she got into photography, and Vogue hired her to be a photographer. And she was doing fashion pieces, and then World War II came. And she wanted to take pictures of the war. It's a picture of her in the military. They let her take pictures. She took pictures of the London Blitz, and then they let her take pictures in the infirmary where soldiers were being treated. But they wouldn't let her go into combat until she kept pushing. She kept pushing, and she ended up going into combat and going and taking pictures. And the pictures that she brought back, the pictures she sent to Vogue magazine, were the pictures that made people in America uncomfortable enough to want to be more involved, to make a difference. She made a huge difference, a huge difference. Her most famous picture is the day after the Nazis surrendered, and she had been to a couple of the concentration camps, and she was taking pictures of all that and the cattle cars, and she got herself all full of mud. Somehow she got into Hitler's apartment. There was a party going on there. And she went in the bathroom and dirtied his bathroom with all her mud and had a picture taken of her in the bathtub, in Hitler's bathtub. That's her most famous picture. He actually committed suicide that same day. Didn't know it. But what an incredible woman who did what other women weren't doing at the time, who said yes to her own inner strength, her own desire to do this. Her life, her son found thousands of pictures and articles and negatives of the things that she had done during life. She had PTSD after the war, and it was hard for her. But there's lots of information on her now because her son was able to put it all together. There's another quote by Maya Angelou that I just love. Each time a woman stands up for herself, without knowing it possibly, without claiming it, she stands up for all women. That's what Lee did. That's what Trudy did. And that's what a whole group of stewardesses did years ago. I watched a documentary this week. It just came out called Fly With Me. It's on PBS. And it talks about flight attendants in the early years of flying and how there were requirements for their work, that they couldn't be over 32. They had to be under 32. Once they were 32, they were out. They couldn't be over a certain weight. They had to be a certain height. They couldn't be married. They couldn't have children. They couldn't be pregnant. They had to wear a girdle. They had to wear a hat. They changed the workplace for women by coming together, by organizing, it's incredible. They would get off the plane and they would get weighed. And if they were 1 pound overweight, they had 3 chances to lose that pound. And they talked about how they all had all these strategies to make sure they weren't overweight when they got off the plane. You know, that would never happen today because of these women who, in 1964, the Civil Rights Act, they were voting on the Title VII, which was about work discrimination, and it was mostly about racial discrimination. But 2 days before the vote, a senator added the word sex, that you could not discriminate based on sex. And it passed. And so these flight attendants went to this newly formed Equal Employment Opportunity Commission right the next day, they thought, yes, we won, here we are, everything's going to work out now. Well, just because there's a law doesn't mean it's followed. And they went to this commission, and the typewriters weren't even out of the boxes yet, but they had stories to tell. They weren't paid like men were paid. They had to share rooms when they had a layover where the men got their own room. It's Patricia Ireland and Barbara Dusty Rhodes, and there's so many women in this documentary. It was really fascinating to me because it seemed like a glamorous job when I was a child. Like, wouldn't that be fun? You get to travel all over. You had to do their way. And at that time, prices were fixed for airline tickets, and so they were just using these young women to attract the male business passengers. I'm not talking about any males in this room whatsoever. You're all evolved. But they were used as sex symbols. They were used to attract the men. You know, that just wouldn't happen now. But because these women organized and got together and decided enough, and they changed the industry. There's no age requirement or marriage. Now you can be a flight attendant and be married, have kids, be pregnant, be 80 years old. It doesn't matter. These women changed the world. They said yes to what they knew was right for them, for their own path, and because they created ripples for the rest of us. They opened doors for the rest of us. Then the final documentary, I'm running out of time, the final documentary that I watched yesterday was called Girl Talk. Did I miss a picture, Lisa? I'm thinking I missed something. Anyway, it was called Girl Talk, and it's about girls in high school in a suburb in Boston who were on the debate team. Debate teams traditionally were boys, not girls. Whenever girls were on it, they had to wear certain clothes. They couldn't interrupt boys. They were judged differently. It was boy-dominated for a lot of years. But this documentary follows 5 girls in high school who are on the debate team and how incredible they are. They're making history. And they talked about how being on the debate team opened their minds. Because when you're on a debate team, you are given a topic for the year. There's a topic, but you don't know till 2 minutes before the debate if you're going to have to argue for or against. So you have to be able to see both sides of an issue. How it opened their minds, how it made them question everything. These girls were incredible, and one of them at the end of the documentary had won the national championship, and a girl hadn't won in 9 years. At the end of the show, they listed a bunch of women who were on either their high school or college debate team. This list is incredible. Look at those names. Oprah Winfrey, Condoleezza Rice, Jane Pauley. I mean, these are all women we know. We know these names because they were on a debate team that opened their minds, gave them a voice. They learned how to speak and how to see both sides of an issue. It's amazing. It's amazing. On Friday, I was at a group gathering, and there were 8 of us sitting around talking, and the conversation got pretty negative pretty fast. And it stayed there, and we were all like down here. And after about maybe half hour, 45 minutes of it, I couldn't take it anymore. And I said, I gotta call timeout. We gotta stop. Yes, I feel you, and there's a lot of angst, and I understand, and we need to raise ourselves above this. We need to see this from love. We need to see this in a different way. We need to lift ourselves up and lift each other up, because this is an amazing group of women. And we can do this. We have to do this. And I said, with everything I've got, everything I believe, love wins. Love is going to win. This was not easy for me to do. I love these women, and I didn't want to make waves, but I did. I did. Because we have to lift each other up. You know, we're not going to solve anything down here in the weeds and the negativity. Solutions are at a different consciousness level. And we need to raise ourselves up and come from a place of love. It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's a practice. And me doing this on Friday, that was a small step. But take the small steps to lift yourself up, and there's a ripple effect, and there are doors that are opened. This one flight attendant said, I can open doors right side up, upside down, or underwater. Open the doors. Open the doors for not just, for yourself, of course, and for everybody in your circle, because people are watching. Your family's watching. They're watching what we do. So be your best self. Be yourself, and don't let anybody tell you who you are. Say yes to who you are, and let that self come forth. There's a quote by Amy Schumer that I just loved. I'm a woman with thoughts and questions and shit to say. I say if I'm beautiful. I say if I'm strong. You will not determine my story. I will. Here's a young woman who knows who she is. So, know who you are. Walk your life. Be who you are. Say yes to that. That it's in all of us. And if you think you've already said yes to it, say yes again. There's more. There's always more. Life is always wanting to be more. Be more. Be all you came here to be in this lifetime. No matter how old you are, doesn't matter. You got more life in you. So let yourself be it. Okay, I'm like way over. So namaste. Peace be with you.
Well, I was just going to say this is pretty special being here, especially during this honoring women's history. Laura and I are Songbird Soul Sisters for many years, and just being here with this theme is so poignant, right? So we do that for each other, lift each other up, and lots of girl talk. Anyway, this is a song that Laura wrote that just so perfect, called Voices. She always sings about the night. Sometimes you wonder if everything's alright. Voices loud and clear, and always about something you need to hear.
She's the lady of the wind, living and standing in the shadows of one's been. She's making her dreams come true. Fortunes alive in me and you. These are our voices. These are voices. You and me and everything in between. Our voices. drawing the possibilities, living through lifetimes. Yes, these are voices. You and me and everything in between our voices. These are voices. Our voices. You and me and everything in between our voices. Let's sing this together. Here we go. You and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything. You and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between. You and me and everything in between. Our voices. You and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between. All of our voices. You and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between. It's you and me and everything in between. Miss Jones, Laura Bernard, Stephen and John.
Woohoo! Some of you who were at the women's retreat might remember that song. Laura sang that for us there. Thank you, Lori and John and Stephen and Laura. I said in the first service, Laura played on her own. She's the whole package. Singer, songwriter, pianist, guitarist, like just amazing. So we're so blessed. And one of the reasons that it's so that we talk about our community being self-sustaining is because it allows us to just revel in this kind of spirit. So let's start by saying our purpose statement together. We commit to increasing our spiritual awareness, diversifying our community, manifesting our highest potential, and positively impacting the world. And one of the ways at this time in the service that we invite you to impact Columbine and our reach in the greater world is financially. You know that we're self-sustaining, and so we gratefully receive everything that you offer. And we are very careful in your board and staff are very careful in spending those resources. So we are very, very grateful. So please say with me our offering blessing. God's love has always met and will always meet all my needs. I give freely, I receive abundantly, and I am grateful. And as we send the offering bags through the sanctuary, you're always invited to place your hand over and give a little blessing or drop something in. And we turn and give a wave to our online viewers so that they can know that they are part of our community. And to our production team, hello up there. They are the people that allow that to happen, so thank you, thank you. And Unity Basics, the final of the 4 sessions, is this afternoon. Reverend Sue will start that at 12:45 in the conference room. If you are not already registered for it and would like to attend, find me in Foss Hall. I'll have my laptop in there and I can get you signed up for that. And today, Reverend Sue will be covering the Unity Basics, which are the 12 powers, the pillars, and the 5 principles, and so on. So if you want to just remind yourself or learn, if you're new to this, just catch me in Foss Hall. First Fridays, which Laura Berman so beautifully coordinates, this month in April, on the 4th, will be a community potluck. We would like to make sure that we help people remain connected here, especially now that we have 2 services and we're not seeing each other quite the same way. So bring something to share, and then also you will be invited, but it is not compulsory, to share, if you'd like, on the theme of spring renewal. So if you want to sing a song or speak for a couple minutes, read a poem that you've written and that sort of thing, there will be that aspect of it as well. And details are in your weekly Thursday email update. The board meets today. Which board members are in the room at the moment? Will you please stand up? Okay, so woo! You have lots of choices to whom you can address your compliments, concerns, feedback. And we always want to do, have you ever heard of the sandwich method, where when you have something to say, you want to say something positive, and then you kind of your feedback, and then end with something positive? We encourage that here. We encourage solutions, coming with solutions as well. So that's happening today as well. And then for the men's Soul Adventure Retreat, I'm asking Dave Abbott to come up and speak to you a little bit about that.
So this week is it. Friday night and Saturday during the day is the men's retreat. And if you're someone that's thinking about signing up, but hasn't quite signed up yet, maybe you're waiting for your inner self to say yes, let me give you a little idea what to expect. And I'm going to start by saying what not to expect. And that is, the men's retreat is not an encounter group, if you remember those from yesteryear. There's no pressure. No one's going to be singled out and asked to bare their soul. It's up to you if what you might want to share during the course of the event. What the men's retreat is going to be, what it actually is a retreat. It's a chance to stand back from the daily hustle and bustle of life. Sean Harvey, the highly regarded facilitator from the outside, will be leading a lot of activities, and they're all going to lead to reflection. And the reflection might be with yourself, it might be with a partner, with a changing small group of men, but a chance to sort of reflect on your life. And I've been going to this church for many years, and one of the things I've come to realize as I've been going here is that the men of Columbine are an amazing group. And they've been an invaluable resource for connection, for enjoyment, for learning for me in my journey through life. So I encourage you, today's the day. Sign up in Foss Hall with Ann, or you can sign up online. I'll be around if you have questions.
Thank you, Dave. And it is really important that you sign up soon, because food will be ordered and so on. So it's not something that you can just walk in the door on Friday. So thank you so much, Dave, for sharing about that. Who are our prayer chaplains today? Lisa and Lydia. Thank you so much for making yourselves available in that way. And remember, they're available to you, a prayer chaplain or two are available to you each Sunday after the service. So please, sit in front of them and bring your celebrations and bring any heaviness that you might want to have some help carrying. And now we will stand for our final song and prayer for protection.